Oh, hey, what you doing? Well, guess what? You're about to enjoy a conversation from the latest live episode of Snaps. Have a good time. Auburn, Alabama, the Iron Bowl. And look, multiple Auburn Tigers saying, we ain't losing. Okay. We ain't never losing to no Alabama while I'm here. I can't remember their names, but a couple of young Auburn defenders feeling themselves after the A&M game, popping off, saying that there is no way they're losing this game.
I mean, if it was in Jordan Hare after what I
exactly.
saw last week from Auburn, I would say, okay, I can believe that a little bit. But I think going into Tuscaloosa,
There ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no way. No, especially after Alabama just got embarrassed by Oklahoma a week ago. No way. No way.
Kalen DeBoer may not have had as successful of a year one as I thought, but he's still he's a damn good coach. He's going to have his team locked in for this game.
Yes.
Now, how do we feel about Keandre Lambert-Smith and Cam Coleman matching up with that Alabama secondary? Because I think they can find some success there.
I think they can find success, and I do believe. I know people give him crap. I think Payne Thorne's playing better as of late. I think there's some confidence. There's some balance in the offense. Jacques West Hunter's running the ball well. Keandre Lambert-Smith has been doing his thing. Cam Coleman's a freaking superstar. Simmons on the outside too. So you're seeing the balance all of a sudden on offense where you can kind of do both. And I think that obviously is very difficult for teams to slow down. And listen, I still don't know how good this Alabama defense is. Like 1 week they look elite.
Yeah, I know.
The next week they look bad. 1 week they look elite. The next week they look bad. So and that's the same thing for the offense. This Alabama team is just a little bit confusing at times. At times they look like a top 5 team. At times they look like a team that should be ranked in the 15th to 20th range. So it's week by week. But I think in a rivalry game in your stadium, still with an opportunity with that carrot dangling in front of you to make the playoffs, I think you do get the best Alabama. I think you get the best Jalen. And you're hoping you get the best from the DBs, where if you had to say which quarterback to me is more prone to making mistakes, even after Jalen threw 3 picks a week ago, I would still say you may see a couple turnovers from Payne Thorne.
Look, I think to me, the reason why I expect Alabama to be locked in isn't actually because of the playoff carrot or anything like that. It is firmly my trust in Kalen DeBoer as a head coach to reset the table and get his team to lock in. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit because I was wrong. Yeah. I had Alabama at 10-2. I did not. And by the way, Aaron, I don't think we talked about that yet, but you were very consistent throughout the offseason. Alabama would lose 3 games. Yeah. And here we sit. And they have now lost 3 games. That said, I'm going to continue to bang the DeBoer drum, and I think he gets him locked in. And I just think that Auburn's, while they're exciting in some places, young, like the playmakers, especially as we referenced there, in Tuscaloosa, Jalen Milroe bounce back game. I don't have enough belief in Payton Thorne.
3 weeks ago, Auburn at home in their stadium lost to Vanderbilt 17-7.
Yeah. No, I mean, when Auburn's been bad this year, they've been bad. Dog shit bad.
Alabama's been, hot and cold. So is Auburn. Obviously more cold than hot. So I'm betting more on the fact that Alabama will be hot this game and Auburn will be cold. But when Auburn's bad, Auburn's bad.
Yeah.
On both sides, especially on offense.
Especially offensively, and I don't know how they suddenly found so much success last week, but I don't expect them to be able to do it 2 weeks in a row. Did you see Hugh crying to the team?
No.
He was crying because he felt so bad for the upperclassmen who won't get to experience the fullness of what Auburn football will be. And you know what sucks? I think he was actually being super sincere. But there's something about his vibe that just feels so televangelist that it just doesn't. I mean, look, hold on. On the way out of here, you decide. Let me bring it up real quick. Hold on.
And no, Greg, I'm not high. My eyes are a little red for some reason, but I'm not high.
If the answer, if you're wondering who's high on this show, the answer is almost always going to be TBob. Me. Even though I actually, to be fair, I don't actually normally get high before we do the show. I wait till
A friend of ours last week that we went on the road trip with down the seaside was telling us about these the chocolate mushrooms that it's like weed brownie or something like that. It's like chocolate mushrooms. Okay.
Well, hold on now, Aaron.
Okay.
You're holding. You're saying a couple different things here now. Now, you want to talk chocolate mushrooms? I love psilocybin mushrooms. Like we can maybe do a little microdose, start to open you up a little bit. We'll be in a very comfortable spot.
I've never tried it before. I would not say no.
Is this the clip? I think. Hold on, let me double check here. Okay, here it is. Okay, I found it. Sorry.
What's with everyone too with the CTE thing? When did that become such a? I mean, if anyone disagrees with what you say, it's like, oh, you have CTE. It's like,
what do you mean?
Like with my 12 team, top 12 teams.
Oh, because they're saying you're a fucking idiot because you got hit in the head too much.
I know, but like it's just
it's funny.
So insensitive to the CTE. No, come on.
Wait, what is not funny?
I think so. I don't think the CTE thing's funny. I don't think it's funny.
Hey, guess what? Everything's fucking funny. That's the whole point. That's the only way you deal with serious shit and trauma and awful stuff is to make jokes about it. We make jokes all the time here.
No, I don't think the CTE thing's funny.
What in the fuck?
I don't think it's funny.
You know what? You just want to draw
I'm just being honest.
CTE? But of all the things and all things we joke about on this show, you're just drawing the line.
I am drawing the line at CTE. I don't think it's funny when people say that shit.
You know, you remind me of. So Isaac Hayes used to do the voice of Chef on South Park, right? And he had no fucking problem making fun of everybody in the world, right? Yep. But the second South Park did their Scientology episode, he wouldn't do it anymore because he was a Scientologist. Don't be Isaac Hayes, okay, dude? Don't be that guy, okay?
No. It's a good joke and brings awareness. What? No.
Yeah, it brings awareness.
No,
I agree.
It's not.
Wait, so you don't like Antonio Brown's you don't like
so should I rename it to so what do you think the backlash would be if I renamed it to Aaron's Weekly CTE Top 12?
That would be fucking funny. That'd be really good. Aaron's Weekly CTE Induced Top 12. Have you seen Antonio Brown's hashtag he always uses?
No.
Everybody always says he has CTE, so he does CTESPN. Wait, have you never seen Antonio Brown's Twitter account?
No. Just
bro, he's the funniest person on Twitter. Very offensive, very, very offensive. But like the funniest person on Twitter, actually. I like calling people smooth brain sometimes. You know, like your brain didn't evolve. I've always like that. All right, here we go. So do you tell me if you think Hugh Freeze is being genuine or not?
Pre last week.
One or the other.
I shared this with Eugene. I shared it with Jarquez.
Shut up.
I teared up when I told him this because it does hurt. I'm sorry. You're not going to get to experience the fullness that's coming to Auburn football. You won't get to experience the fullness of it. This is from Eugene. If some of us must suffer this year to understand adversity and show these young kids how to handle it and blossom into something for the next season and establish a true standard of winning ways at Auburn football, so be it. Sign me up. And my joy will come from that service.
All right. So
let's get a War Eagle Plus account. Let's watch the whole thing. Come on now.
I think they actually might have put the whole thing up on Twitter. I'll say this again. I actually do think Q is being genuine there.
I do think.
I think he just has that preacher energy. I will say, I love that quote from Eugene. That is a very selfless player quote. And that is the type of leadership. I don't know if Auburn will fall through on this, but I do believe that is the type of leadership that lays cornerstones for building a great culture into the future.
I agree.
No,
go be the fucking quarterback.
last week on Whiskey and Wine, Yeah, and Greg, the way he's tapping the paper, I know. Yeah, that's a big preacher move. The last whiskey and wine during the OTs, whenever something good would happen for A&M, we were chanting "No hose for Hugh," and then whenever something good would happen for Auburn, we were chanting "Hose for Hugh." So eventually, shout out to Hugh Freeze, he won the hose. But hey, I don't joke about hose. Okay, I draw the line. I draw the line at prostitution. It's the world's oldest profession, and it deserves some respect. Okay.
Got to make some money somehow.
How much CTE did Nick Fairley give you?
Too much. Draw the line.
All right, guys.
Draw the line somewhere.
No. Yes. Do not draw the line, guys. That is not how comedy works.
Would I get fired if I did put that? Would you think I'd get fired if I did put that in my?
I think, look, I'm not saying you should do it like, in a series. No, you would not get fired. Get fired? What? Why would you get fired?
I don't know. Because
if they fired you for that, I mean, bro, we have active genocides going on in the world. You think anyone should give a fuck about CTE? Like, what are we talking about? We're on the verge of World War III and global economic collapse. Yeah. I just want to watch fucking LSU, Oklahoma Saturday Death Valley.
Thank God for Bitcoin.
Yeah, because that's going to save us. Thank God for crypto, the solution to all of the world's ills. I draw the line at Bitcoin. Okay, I don't joke about Bitcoin. It's going to save the world. My name's Darren Murray. Well, I'd say that was pretty fun. Maybe had a laugh or two, potentially even learned a thing along the way. If you did enjoy it, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing, and we'll see you next time for more snaps.